The United States will provide Ukraine with intelligence data to launch long-range missile strikes against Russia's energy infrastructure. Targets could include oil refineries, pipelines, power plants, and so on, the Wall Street Journal reported recently. According to the publication, Trump has already signed permission for the Pentagon and intelligence agencies to assist Ukraine with strikes against Russia's energy sector. Mykhailo Gonchar, president of the Strategy XXI Center for Global Studies of Ukraine and an expert on international energy relations and security, explained how U.S. aid, intelligence and new long-range weapons is expanding Ukraine's ability to influence Russian energy. According to him, the effectiveness of strikes against Russia's oil refining infrastructure depends on the correct formulation of objectives and the availability of appropriate resources. We're already seeing the results of our systematic work on Russian oil refining. Previously, in 2023 and early 2024, we were only hitting targets within a few hundred kilometers. The Novoshakhtinsk refinery in the Rostov region, the Tuapse refinery in the Krasnodar region, and the Afipsk and Ilsk refineries. But now, with the advent of longer-range weapons, we can hit targets from the Baltic to the Black Sea, the expert explained. Gonchar emphasized that this enables Ukraine not only to restrict fuel and electricity production in Russia, but also to potentially create conditions for large-scale power outages. He also noted that supplying Ukraine with Tomahawk missiles and sharing intelligence with the United States significantly enhances Kiev's strategic capabilities to target key Russian energy facilities. Our attacks have already created significant problems for Russia. Look at what's happening in the fuel market. But it's not just gasoline. Russia is currently making desperate attempts to eliminate import duties so that gasoline, diesel, and other petroleum products can be imported. An energy blockade of the Russian capital region, meaning Moscow and the surrounding area, should be on the agenda because Russia's territory is vast. We can't cover it all, and there's no need to. All the spawn of hell are in Moscow. So we just need to extinguish the power in the Russian capital, he said. Experts say that strikes to Russia's energy infrastructure could force regions to adopt strict restrictions and critical consumption regimes. In this case, energy riots in the regions are not out of the question. But we haven't even started hitting Gazprom's facilities yet. And here we have plenty of room to roam, the expert noted. Gonchar is confident that the option of an energy blockade of the Russian capital region, that is, Moscow and the surrounding region, should be on the agenda.
The Royal Air Force has officially retired its MQ-9 Reaper drones after 18 years of service, and now all eyes are on what happens next, Ukrainian defense media outlet Defense Express reported. With Ukraine constantly searching for better ways to shoot down Russian Shahid drones, some are wondering if Britain's veteran Reapers could be the next Shahid hunters. But as always, things aren't that simple, Defense Express noted. The RAF wrapped up the final flight of its MQ-9 Reaper fleet this fall, marking the end of nearly 2 decades in the sky. Since first entering service in October 2007, the drones logged more than 173,000 flight hours, about 7,200 days of non-stop flying, or, as the RAF put it, the equivalent of 50 trips to the moon and back. In their early days, the British Reapers flew missions over Afghanistan, striking targets and gathering intelligence. After losing one aircraft in 2008, the UK expanded its fleet to 10. Now, they'll be replaced by the newer MQ-9B Protector, which has greater range, endurance, and improved systems across the board, Defense Express noted. On paper, retired Reapers sound like a perfect fit for Ukraine, long-range, heavily equipped, and capable of patrolling the skies for hours while hunting Russian Shahids. But transferring them isn't as straightforward as it sounds. Because the MQ-9s are made by American corporation General Atomics, Washington would have to sign off on any deal. So far, the Biden administration has consistently said no to giving Ukraine these drones, citing concerns that sensitive technology could fall into Russian hands. What a future Trump administration might decide is anyone's guess, Defense Express notes. Even if approval came through, Ukraine would still need to build the whole ecosystem around the drones, training operators and mechanics, setting up infrastructure, securing spare parts, and maintaining data links. And that's not cheap. There's also the problem of vulnerability. The MQ-9 is a large, slow-moving aircraft that would be an easy target for Russian air defenses if it flew too close to the front. It's a powerful tool, but not built for high-threat environments. Still, Defense Express analysts state there's an intriguing idea floating around, repurposing the Reaper as a Shahid killer. Armed with AIM-9 missiles, the drone could intercept slow-moving targets like Iranian-made Shahids at a fraction of the cost of scrambling fighter jets, and without risking a pilot's life. It's not a perfect solution, but it could help ease the pressure on Ukraine's air defenses, which face nightly drone and missile attacks across multiple regions.